Why should you have your home study done by a licensed child placing agency? We're going to talk about that today on All About Adoption. If we haven't met yet, I'm Stephanie A., and I started Adoption Beyond back in 1998, and I help hopeful adoptive families and expecting parents with support and education from pregnancy to placement and beyond. So let's talk about why you should hire an adoption agency to do your home study versus a single person social worker. Number one is really honestly going to be the quality of your home study. The quality of the home study between a single person social worker versus a child placement agency is pretty significant most of the times. Now, there are rare occasions where you may find a substantial, great home study by a social worker who's been doing this for years, but most of the times I find that they very much lack in quality and content and things that are very important. And I've seen some really, really bad home studies in all my years. Anything from a 4 to 5 page home study that barely addresses all the things versus us where it's going to be about a 20-page report. And we get a lot of compliments on our home studies from courts and from attorneys and from other child placing agencies. And so you can just really see the quality of the difference between a home study from a single social worker versus a child placing agency. The other thing is that you will want to make sure that your home study is good in all 50 states. And when you're working with a licensed child placing agency, chances are, not all the time, but chances are that home study will be good in all 50 states. And that's really important because you just never know where your adoption situation is going to happen. You may think that your adoption is going to happen in your home state, and it may end up happening in a totally different state. So you just want to be sure that what you're paying for is going to be good, and for any kind of adoption that you pursue, going back to what you're paying for is, yes, a home study through a single person social worker is going to be probably a lot less expensive. But just remember, sometimes you get what you pay for. And so just to be making sure that you get a quality home study, a licensed child placing agency does them on a daily basis, and they're really going to know what they're doing. Also, another really important thing is that if you do adopt a child out of state, your home study has got to get through ICPC, which is also known as the Interstate Compact for the Protection of Children. And so when you adopt across state lines, each state needs to talk to each other and make sure that the adoption is done well and legally and ethically. And so they need to make sure that the adoption has met both state laws. And so it's really important that you have a quality home study to make sure that everything that's required, not only in your state, will also be there. That will be a requirement for another state. So that way you make it through the home study, you make it through the ICPC process as smoothly as possible. And you can be assured of that if you are working with a child placing agency who does hundreds of home studies a year and has families adopting from all across the nation. So, and you can't necessarily guarantee that when not doing a home study with a child placing agency. So, obviously I'm a licensed child placing agency, so I am a little biased in that I think that we provide the best quality home studies versus someone who doesn't do this on a regular basis. And so, but I have to be honest, through the years, I've seen some really bad home studies, and families have had to pay to redo their home study. And so just do it right from the start and make sure that you set yourself up to be a success and to get through the home study and adoption process as smoothly as possible. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've enjoyed being here for you, and just rest assured that you're in the right place to build your family through adoption. Bye.